In the wake of the public eye and reports that police seem to be critics of the tobacco control law that came into force on Friday last week, police publicist Fred Enanga says the force is appreciative of the Tobacco Control Law 2014, but insists there are gaps that must be addressed to ensure effective enforcement.
But you're also aware that since this law was enacted, yes, there was that grace period which was given, but there was not much activity during that period. And before, which was required before these provisions are implemented, first of all, to enable wide circulation, to let the public get to know the description of a public place.
He says police, through its Legal and Human Rights Directorate, is engaging stakeholders to enable the force understanding and perceiving the law.
For us, we are readying ourselves for implementing this law.
However, the Minister of State for Health, Dr. Baryomunsi, insists that the House processed the law with justifications and enforcement officers have no mandate to question some sections of the tobacco control law.
Now, the enforcement officers have no business questioning the provisions of the law. When we passed this law in Parliament, we gave a grace period of 6 months to enable the companies and the industry which is affected by these provisions to prepare itself.
The Health and Human Rights Civil Society Advocates Uganda Health Communications Alliance coordinator Richard Baguma says the force was hugely involved in advocating for the law.
It is their job, it is their cardinal responsibility to keep law and to keep order. So they must enforce the law as it is.
He, however, reveals that ignorance of the law is no defense, citing lawbreakers who do break the law with knowledge.
We also know a lot of lawbreakers, the people who break traffic laws, the people who steal, the people who rape, they know that these are bad things. So we do not want to use the ignorance aspect, this excuse of not knowing, as an excuse to continue breaking the Tobacco Control Act.
Scientific studies and perceptions indicate that forces across the globe are big consumers of narcotics. This is, however, dangerous for efficiency and output and is a big health risk. Police has limited numbers of about 152 environment police officers targeted to implement the tobacco control law.
The public has seen the police force to be a biggest critique of the tobacco control law that is being enforced 5 days now. But however, police ostensibly remains committed to ensuring that this law is a good law and is implemented. With over 21 divisions of the police force, the police insists they will ensure that a lot is done for the police force to understand this law. Alan Stabarka, WBS Television.